Welcome to the Gaming with CJ channel on the Raging Mundo Talkshow here, first episode. And with me is my special guest, one of my greatest rivals in the EFED world. A man that's pretty much beaten everybody in his path, won championships everywhere he's went. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only King Dominator, and it's the original KD and not off-brand.
Well, it's actually great to be here. I feel like I've been trying to do something like this on my end, but for some reason it didn't work out because I think a friend of mine. Well, I can't say a friend of mine because, well, to be honest, I haven't talked to him for like months. So his name is West, but yeah, I tried to done something like this, but it didn't work out. But yeah, it's great to be here as a first special guest.
Now, the questions are going to get real, KD. During the EFED career that you had, what would you say is your worst match compared to your best match?
Worst match compared to my best match. Hmm. Being in short matches, like in a squash match type deal. Now my best matches are like being in longer matches, making history. Let's just say. However, it takes for me to, put on 5-star classic. Doesn't matter who I face. I always want to bring the best out of my opponents just like they do the same for me. So that's basically how I basically roll.
Now, there's another question I was wanting to ask you here on the talk show. Out of every championship you've held throughout every EFED company, what would have to be the best championship that you can pretty much give a 10 out of 10 that you've pretty much held and pretty much give a shout out to?
Like, so there's okay. So yours basically is becoming like a brand new, like it's going to become a new era, and it's coming soon. So it's like a new era. It's no longer going to be NWF because you've done that for like years, and now you want to rebranded that into
You see,
TNA.
the thing is with NWF, like I'll get to that subject. I loved it at one point, but I just didn't have time to do both shows. So, in other words, I had to make a decision, basically close the company doors just to write the new company that I'm bringing in. That's pretty much going to be 10 times better, less
More
drama,
responsibility.
and will not have no negative people in it. No toxic,
Exactly.
no drama causers,
Yeah.
etc. That's what I mean by negative people.
True. It's like a refreshing EFED. It's like more like it's something refreshing. Meaning it's like you don't have. It's like a start over type deal. You don't have to deal with any negative people. In a way, you could call them negative Nancy's if or what you could call them in a male way. Negative Nancy's for females, but I don't think there's more like males being more the drama causer than anything. So
Well, I call it probably a Joe, negative Joe.
yeah,
And in Donald Trump's words, if you're a Donald Trump fan, it's Sleepy Joe. That's what he calls Joe Biden.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm not really into the whole that what did you call it? Presidential stuff. Because
Yeah,
I am not.
presidential.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
why I
not.
said if there's any Donald Trump fans, I didn't want to offend nobody.
Yeah, if there's any Donald Trump fans, but I'm like in the middle of that. I'm like, I don't care. I just do
I
my
mean,
own
I
thing.
don't really care who's president as long as they treat the country right so we can have what we have today is freedom. I mean, I really could care less what, goes as long, like I said, as long as they do their job, make sure we are safe as citizens, I could care less. Now,
Exactly.
there's another subject I'm going to ask you too, KD. When I know everybody has saw this around the internet with Rampage Jackson's son
Oh,
attacking the wrestler. Want to get your subject on that too, as an E-Fed wrestler and also a backyard wrestler. How would you feel if you was in that guy's shoes and that dude literally attacked you? Like, I'd say, like, I wouldn't say it was a receipt, because a receipt, you know, you'd hit a guy like twice and that'd be it. But
yeah.
that dude was like, it took like 20 punches for that dude to literally lay off. And you saw some of the wrestlers like literally manhandle him, trying to.
Yeah, it took a lot. It
It
took a
took a
lot of.
lot of wrestlers to get that dude off of that dude. And, you know, I watched the video, and I'm going to say this here on the first episode. Like, if
Yeah.
that had been me, if that had been one of my friends, I would have literally suplexed that guy and broke his neck because of that shit. I would have treated him like a fan. But, you know, everybody's got their different opinions about it. You know, don't get me wrong. But for me, I just don't like people like that. That's, you know, and I respect MMA. Don't get me wrong. I respect
Yeah.
dudes that's in the MMA business. But when you come into the wrestling business and you did what you did, that's going to leave, you know, Brian Mead, you know, I watched his podcast about it. That's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth for years to come. And even though he's Rampage Jackson's son, don't get me wrong, like I said, you know,
Yeah.
his dad was a great UFC fighter. Rampage Jackson, probably one of the best. But when you get down to that subject of going inside of the ring and literally laying punches on a wrestler, what we call in the business a receipt, and you keep on going, that's not really a receipt. That's pretty much what I call attempted murder. Because, I mean, you just literally hit the dude where he was unable to defend himself.
Yeah. See about that, I can't really take any sides. Can't take his side or the other guy's side because it's like, I guess they all have reasons. But the other guy thought it was like all an act. He didn't really meant for that to happen, but it happened. But I mean, he did hit him with I think a beer can,
I think it
smash
was
him
a
on the
Coca
head,
Cola can, is what they said.
oh, like a pop, something about like soda pop.
Yeah, like
But it
a
was
empty can. So it's kind of like one of those aluminum cans, like it was empty, but he literally hit Rampage son over the head with it backstage, because the video shows that they was, I guess, horse playing around or doing like their backstage segment of some sort, and that dude literally took offense to it. Like, I don't know the best way to explain it, but I can tell you, that dude literally took it with what we call in the business, starts with the J, jibbing or jobbing, or
yeah,
what's it called?
Dabby.
It's not jabbing. It's when they joke around.
Hmm.
It'll come to me. I think it's ribbing. That's what it is, ribbing. So I believe it's like something like ribbing, and the guy literally took it a little bit too far. And I mean, on this point, I mean, I can understand. You know, he don't have knowledge about the wrestling business and all, but at the same time, you got in the ring with, you know, that could be somebody's dad, somebody's, you know, son, etc.,
Yeah.
and you literally made him go to the hospital over some dumb shit that you pulled. I mean, that's the only thing I'm saying about it. You know, like, I'm not um like bad talking, or, you know, I guess you could say, like, there's two things that taught me in the business. take care of your opponent takes care of you. And it's all about brotherhood, respect. So what I saw in the video, I mean, I know accidents can happen in the ring. I mean, we're in, especially in wrestling business, there's egos that can get, I guess you could say, down spiral or down trip that can pretty much collapse to make people do some stupid stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, they should have, especially if that dude wasn't a worker. I guarantee you the boxing commission or something like that will be involved. State police or federal police or something like that will be involved over that segment.
Also, there was a guy with a cowboy hat was kind of encouraging that whole scenario. So that's kind of why when he encouraged him to do it, it kind of reason why he did it. So it's, I don't know. Now that people are blaming the guy with the cowboy hat, kind of encouraged Roger Jackson.
I mean, if he encouraged him, then what I think like I said, there's going to be some authorities questioning him about that, because that's a little bit agitating it on. And not only that, I really think that if that dude wanted to press charges against that company, especially the wrestler, he can. I mean, he literally, technically, that dude was a fan because he didn't. I don't know if surely if he had his wrestling license or something like to protect him, knowing that he was a worker. But until we get more evidence, I'm just gonna see what I saw in the video. If he was a fan, he should have been. He got what he deserved, especially when he jumped in the ring and did that to that guy. He's definitely going to face criminal charges for it. I mean, you just don't get in the ring and disrespect, people that's actually put work in the business. I mean, it's something you just don't do.
Yeah, paid hard money for it too. But I will say, I heard that he made the guy that's in the hospital, Cycle Stu is getting better, I guess. Just not not feeling himself all the way. Like I've been reading some stuff on social media about it. But I do know, so if anyone did not know, if anyone's not been keeping up with my EFED career, I've been noticing that I do have an upcoming match in this one company called AWF, which is American Wrestling Federation, run by the one and only Powerhouse. Because it was night of show one, myself and the Combat Genius defended our tag titles in a fatal four match. We retained. Because in the night two of show number two, however you want to put it, Mr. Combat Genius will defend his world championship in the main event. I have an opportunity for the Liberty title there. So yeah, a friend of mine's that's been doing that AWF company for a while, so since 2021. Same goes for how WAE has been going since that time. Yeesh.
WAE, I think that's owned by Wafina, I think.
Yep.
Before, I think she changed the name. I think she's changed it to something. It was WAE last time I checked before she changed it. I don't know what name she changed it to now, but I do know it was WAE when she ran it.
Yes, it was WAE, but changed it to a different name. But she runs it on another platform, so.
And the last question here I want to do for the talk show here, to make this the finale question is what I like to call it, the main event question, is out of every single EFEDS you main evented, out of every WrestleMania of those companies, which one would you put on a scale of 1 to 10 in listing order, from 10 all the way down to 1?
10. Okay, so from 10 to all the way to 1. Because, I've been in so many E-Feds, it's like people are going to call me an E-Fed freaking just addiction or whatever, obsession. But hey, look, if I see the opportunity, I'm going to seize the opportunity. It's not my fault my character's that good that they want him to perform in their shows. I'm not going to be a dick and say, nah, I'm not going to do. I mean, sometimes I'll do it in a nice way, but not in a, like, I will not, reject their, you know, chances to be part of their show. If I want to be part of the show, I'll do whatever I can to be part of it. But it has to be reasons. But so we'll go from 10. Huh. There's like so many EFAs I would be in. I'll just say WAE will be number one in my book. That's definitely a number one. But 10 wise, from 10 all the way to 2, we'll see. Okay. Um, FCW is number 8, which is run by Zay Styles. EIW will be number 3. And then AWF number 2. And then I believe your company, NWF, is number 3. So it's very close to the 1 and 2 era. So it's WAE 1, AWF 2, NWF 3. Because, yeah, I get it. NWF's no longer a thing no more because now it's a new era. But there's a lot of great memories in there, in that said company. I've have basically been the main event in from shows, pay-per-views, and even a big major pay-per-views, like the WrestleMania of that said companies. So I've done it all. So WAE will be number 1, AWF 2, NWF 3, NGW will be 4, 5 will be EIW. I'll actually put FCW at number 6, actually. Yes, FCW will be number 6. MWA, aka 3WA, will be number 7, which is run by DTM. Now, Icons, aka Aaron Benson's company, Newer Wrestling, would be number 8. Because there's, I'll put in, damn it, Nixon's company, SVW, he's number 9. Now, number 10, we'll go to the one and only JMR's company, PWA. I could put him a little bit lower than that, but I didn't know which number to put him. But I did. Those are my 10 top 10s of eFetty.
Now, the worst companies you're being, what would be the top 10 of those?
That's crazy. Okay. If I'm being honest, so top 10. Did you say top 10 or top 5 of that?
Top
I
10.
could think a lot of. I could think of certain eFeds that treat me horrible to the point I won't give them a number 1 slot. That means they're the worst of all worst. So yeah. Now 10, meaning you're not as worse. I mean number 10. If you're in top 10, you're not as worse as most. I could say. That's all I'm gonna say. But number 1 in the worst of worst, I should say O and W. Now I'm gonna say O and W. 2, ISCW. There's a 2. 3, APW. 4. Let's see. Oh, ESW, aka VWE. Because after the crap that they spew and put me down. Oh yeah, CPW, which is run by that one dude that tried to frame me of some bullshit. Number 6, I just say. I can't really say about 2KWR. I was about to talk about 2KWR, but he didn't really do much to me because he's off. He's not in that caliber anymore. So number 6 will definitely go to. Which company done me wrong? These are the companies that are worst of the worst when it done me wrong. Yeah, this is why it's a thing nowadays. Who has done me wrong? I gotta think because I can only think of 5 companies that done me wrong so far. I mean, I could C2CW will be number 10. It's worst of the worst, but not too worst. 10. I can give it 10. It's done me wrong, but it didn't do me wrong as much as these other worser e-fest that done me wrong. So I'll give it number 10. It gets a legit 10. So that means I got to look for 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 4 of those other companies, I got to think hardly in which company has done me wrong that I don't like, and that I would put them within those slots. I would state, okay, so HEW will be 9, which is close to 10. So he's not done me wrong as much as others because, well, he listened to the wrong people, and you know, I'm not in his E-Fed no more due to that whole scenario. So yeah. And we got three more slots. 6, 7, and 8. Hmm. You know what? Fuck it. We'll do AHW and it's 6. So we got 2 more left. Which one of these 2 will be 7 and 8? I'm trying to think. Like I've mentioned, I got it. Honor will be number 6 because they did me wrong. I did not forget that. I have made a whole damn freaking pipe bomb, whatever you want to call it, on them, and it was a back and forth scenario. Yeah, so I'm missing one more slot, and that's number 7 because I already gave HEW number 9, I believe. HEW was not as bad, so it's close to around the CW side. So it's not bad. That's this shit. So who's number 7? Uh, hmm. I'll give it to the Soda Pop Nightmares company. That's 7. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all 10. Those are my top 10 list of worst e-feds. I got the best e-feds top list. If you didn't hear it, you might as well go back and check from the top 10. I already had a whole slot. But yeah, that's pretty much how I put it as. Yeah. So this talk
Well,
show
ladies
was
and gentlemen, you heard it from KD. Top 10 best companies to top 10 worst companies. You also got to hear a lot of questions being answered. We will see you guys on the next live stream, which will be the Raging Mondo talk show. Also, go check out KD's live stream on his channels with the talk shows of his EFED career and all that. And we will see you guys on the next live stream. This is CJ and also King Dominator, and we're clocking out.